Continue. For the prohibition of the Torah and the commandments stem from the principle to move further away from one extreme in order to improve one's nature. Okay. The purpose of all of the prohibition against forbidden foods, the prohibition against forbidden sexual relations, and relations with a harlot, and the obligation of the marriage contract, the sanctification of the marriage bond, and the fact that a person is not permitted to have relations with his wife at all times, this being forbidden during and after menstruation and the childbirth, and the sole purpose God commanded us regarding all this was so that we should turn far away from excessive desire, deviating from the median in the direction of the lack of desire, to strengthen the quality of restraint in our souls. For the same reason, our elders instituted further restriction to limit the frequency of intercourse. For example, not to have intercourse during the day, as explained in our commentary to the tractate Sanhedrin. Okay, so let's go through the beginning and try to go line by line, and there is a long commentary, and we're going to explain what it says here. For the prohibitions of the Torah, so again, so all of this, like in summary, what we said, I want to give the big picture, and then we go into details. So big picture, all of this prohibition from the Torah, it's for us to abstain, not to go close, and not to the sin, and actually commit all of those sins. And that's one of the part of a person who is doing teshuvah. So when you regret, it's very good. As we said, it's very good, it's very positive, and you stop, it's very positive, but it's not enough. Those two things are not enough. You have to build for yourself fences. So whatever your weakness is, right? So you have to build the fence not to be there. So if you sin because you saw such a such person, they invite you, let's say, I don't know, to non-kosher restaurant, to the stadium or something. Try to avoid this. Block him from your phone, right? And similar things. Okay, that's purpose of all of the restrictions in the Torah. So it would not lead you to the actual sin. Okay. So it's not to restrict, to cause a person to suffer. No. Okay. So that's a big idea, but let's go into details. For the prohibition of the Torah and the commandments stem from the principle, move further away from the extreme, from one extreme, in order to improve one's nature. Okay. So that's the purpose of this paragraph, right? To how to work on ourselves, how to improve our nature. Number 16 commentary. In the light of this statement and those that follow, it is worthwhile to refer to the Rambam statement at the conclusion Hilchas Temura. Okay, so let's see what it says. So it's a quote. All of the statutes of the Torah are divine decrees. It is proper to contemplate them, as mentioned in the conclusion of Hilchas Meila, whenever it is possible to provide a reason one should. Right? So, okay. The majority of the laws of the Torah are far-seeing counsel, as it says in Shemoneh 25:1. For one who is great in the counsel, to correct our character traits and rectify our conduct. So it's very interesting. Rambam here said that we have to contemplate why HaShem said so. We were talking about the negative commandments, like the prohibition. And based on this prohibition, if you see, if you understand the big idea behind it, so it would be easier for you to stay away, as far as possible, from all of these things that might lead from the sin itself, and plus from all of the sins that might lead to that sin. Okay. So the better person understand it is the more productive he or she could be. Okay. Continue. So now we'll go back to translator note. Okay. These statements clarify that Rambam's position with regard to the fundamental question of Jewish thought. Okay, what is it? There's a different opinion between our sages, see Brachas 5.3, whether the Torah commandments are considered divine decrees. There is edicts to be fulfilled without question, their rationale, or whether there is a reasons for the mitzvahs. So that's a famous question. So people ask, and and many people try to rationalize why you're doing this. Because it's going to be good for you, right? Why, if you're going to work on Shabbos, right? So you're going to lose money. So I'm not going to work on Shabbos. Why? Because not because HaShem said so, but because I want my money to be preserved, right? Or I want to have shidduch or good children, this and that. Okay, that's of course it's a wrong way of looking at things. On one hand, on another hand, when they say I'm doing this only because HaShem said so. Okay, it's like a robot. Right? That's very good. You have a food processor. You press the button, and it does whatever it's supposed to do, right? But we were created with brain, right? With analytical skills, and that's not enough, right? And Rambam said that's not enough. Of course, we're doing because Hashem said so, but we need to understand what He meant by that. Of course, we're not going to go and understand all of the deep reasons, but at least for some reasons we must understand and we must learn. And there are many books written explaining the mitzvahs, like where they come from. It's like at least some ideas. So you can the more you know about the mitzvah, the better you're going to do. The more you know, the sublime reasons and halachos, so the better you perform. Continue. The statement quoted indicated that Rambam favors merging both opinions, right? So both of them. You do because Hashem said so. So and it's actually it's very important point. You start doing because Hashem said so, but in a process you learn. So there's no contradiction, right? But anyway, even if we do not understand, we still do. On one hand, the mitzvah are divine decrees, right, as we said. For men can never fathom the full measure of divine will or wisdom. So we're not arguing. So, but at least something, right? Nevertheless, His command, He meaning Hashem, has communicated His wisdom in the Torah. So when you look at the Torah, you understand the mitzvahs. Okay, and this makes it possible for us and obligated us to comprehend a certain dimension of His intent. His meaning Hashem intent. Of course, the deep inside we would never know until we die and go world of the truth. But while here, we still can understand many things. How? We can learn from Torah. Because the Hashem, of course, He did not just gave us mitzvahs and expect us to be robots. Okay. The purpose of all of the prohibitions, again, forbidden foods, the prohibition against forbidden sexual relations, and relations with a harlot, and the obligation of marriage contract, right? So all of these things, right? The sanctification of the marriage bond, and the fact that the person is not permitted to have relations with the wife at all times, this being forbidden during and after the menstruation and childbirth, sole purpose of, it's all one sentence. So basically Hashem gave us all of this restriction between men and women, right, to preserve the family, right? He wants the family, He wants to populate the world, and that's how, with all of this, through these laws, He said that that's how we're going to preserve the family. So if the husband and wife would be together too often, they're going to get tired, as you see, with the secular world, and they're going to divorce in 1 year, 5 years, tops, right? But that's not what Hashem wants. Hashem wants us to be together for many, many years, have many children, grandchildren. That's a proper way of doing, and how to achieve that. A person can apply his own little brain. It's not going to work, promised, right? But through these laws that even we do not understand, but it's going to lead us to the desired result. Childbirth, the sole purpose of God's command us regarding all this was so we should turn away from excessive desire. So to control our desire, right, from time to time, that's good, but too often not good. Deviating from the median, right? In this case, sometimes deviated from the medians in a direction of lack of desire to strengthen the quality of restrain our souls. So person should be different from the animal, should be able to control one's desire, and our sages gave us all of the instruments, like for example, the laws of nida, right? You're not allowed to hand something to each other, right? To plate. So she wants to put give you plate, so she must put it on a countertop, on a table, and you take it, right? There is no problem. Same with children. So you cannot hand baby. So if your two wife is in it, so you put the baby down somewhere, and she picks it up. That's how we do it. Continue. So why all of this? That's instituted by our rabbis. So not to get close. So a person would not get into not to get too close. Continue. For this same reason, the elders instituted further restriction to limit frequency of intercourse. Right? How? For example, not to have intercourse during the day. Okay. And it's very interesting from who do we learn. It's unbelievable. This law we learn from Achashverosh. Right? This the lowest of human beings. Even he had done relation only at night. So that's one of the sources that we learn this law. As explained in the commentary to the tractate Sanhedrin. Okay, they just give what it says. Okay, continue.